this is Tawana and welcome back to Sappy Life Wellness. Today I'm going to share with you one of my favorite herbs to use, especially during cold and flu season. I'll also share with you a simple recipe on how to use it. As a disclaimer, this video is intended for educational and entertainment purposes. I am not a medical doctor. This information should not be taken or used as medical advice. Okay, so Boneset has been commonly used for millennia by native and indigenous people, typically for bone injury and pain associated with broken bones, hence the name Boneset. For malaria, pneumonia, catarrh, any symptoms that accompany those issues. Although it hasn't been tested for it, many respected and renowned herbalists revere this herb as an antiviral and make claims that it's very effective against H1N1A influenza and all viral infections with intermittent fever. Many herbalists make claims to have treated effectively influenza, dengue fever, to reduce pain, aches and pains associated with the fever. What a wonderful time to make use of this herb. I incorporate this into my regimen. I also recommend it for my clients for immune boosting purposes. Boneset is a very bitter herb, which is good. A lot of bitter herbs, the bitter taste is due to the medicinal content and substances. However, it's not a very pleasurable drink, so it's okay to add honey to it if you want to neutralize the bitterness. So this tea should be prepared hot and you should drink it hot. Just keep in mind that it will likely cause sweating. So let's get started. Okay, so what you're gonna need is, of course, your Boneset, and this is what it looks like. Um, 64 ounces of water, preferably just the cleanest water that you can find. I use water from my Berkey filter, and I have a video on here that you can watch if you have any questions. Of course, you're gonna need a pot. I like to use a funnel, a clean empty jar. I like to use glass. You also need a strainer. With this strainer you can actually put your herbs inside. This strainer is not as tightly woven as I would like. Some of the smaller pieces actually sift out too much for me, so I'm not going to use this one today, but it is great to have on hand for your larger herbs. I like to use this specifically for Boneset. As you can probably see, the wefts are a lot tighter and closer together, so it strains out mostly all of the herb. You're also gonna need a marker or a pencil, a pen or a pencil. Last but not least, you want some sort of label. If you are into really making teas and a lot of home remedies for your family, and oftentimes, you know, teas, they all look the same, or maybe if you're mixing like we're mixing the ginger in, you might want to use labels. Something, if you're gonna drink the tea right away, something to put your hot tea in. You're gonna need 8 tablespoons of the Boneset herb to 64 ounces of water. So this is empty now because I went ahead and poured this in the pot to boil. So go ahead and bring your 64 ounces, which is a half gallon of water, to a boil, a full and complete boil. In the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my Boneset. I just used a cup, measuring cup. So I'm going to measure out 8 tablespoons of the Boneset. So I have children, and I like to keep a nice supply on hand during the winter cold and flu seasons. So the ratio that you want to use is approximately 1 tablespoon to every 8 ounces of water. So I'm doing a half gallon, which is 64 ounces, so we're going to use 8 tablespoons. Have a really good boil going with the water. So I'm gonna just skin my ginger. You can use the scraps for your compost. Waste not, want not. Add my ginger carefully. Now that the water is to a complete boil, it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and add our Boneset. Stir it in. Once you have it well saturated, and you, of course, be sure that it doesn't overflow. Stir it in really well for about 1 minute. Let it boil or simmer, and then cut it off. Cut it off and cover. Let it stand for 20 minutes. While you're waiting for your while you're waiting for your water to boil, this is a good time to go ahead and label your tag. So I'm just gonna put today's date. I'm just gonna put the date and if you like, you can go ahead and prepare your glass for the tea. So if you like, feel free to put a spoon of honey in your cup. I don't use honey in mine, although it's bitter. I've grown accustomed to it. So I like to add orange slices. The video I'm gonna use, I've been using this all day, so you still may see some herbs in there or some residue or tea, but I'm just gonna take the strainer, which fits perfectly on the top of this. This is 32 ounces, so I'm gonna strain it in 2 batches. Pour it carefully. This is very hot. I will wait. It's better to wait and allow it to cool a little longer. Okay. Shake some of the excess liquid out. Now that it's strained, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my container. It's gonna finish topping that off. Okay, and then just, as long as it's not too warm, again, wait until it cools before you add it to your glass jar. Top it off, add your label. And there you have your Boneset tea. This should last for a few days in the refrigerator. I've kept mine for a week before, but again, it's for flu and cold symptoms. Then remember to heat it before you consume it. I like to go ahead and have a very warm glass. Again, for the purpose that we're speaking of, this should be, you should drink this hot. Immune boosting tea. Enjoy. So thanks for watching this video. Hopefully, again, we brought you something informative, something that you can find useful for the health of you and your family. If you would like help with learning more ways on how you can boost your immunity and ensure the mental and physical health and wealth of your family, okay, click on the link in the description box. I would love to talk to you. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this video was useful to you, and we'll keep them coming.